Hi folks, Iron Geek here. Sorry if the audio is a little bit off. I'm using my Macintosh to record this real quick. I bought some new toys while I was out at DEF CON. A bunch of them were from Sparrows, of course, a bunch of new rakes and such. Replaced my old comb picks that were flying V style. I lost them, I think, on the way back home. New shove knife. Mostly, I think I just bought new various types of rakes. He gave me one of these cool little coin keys for handcuffs. But the main thing I really want to show you guys is something I actually picked up from one of the buddies there that was set up in the same pavilion area. I bought this from Matt at SerePick. It's something called the Pro Pick Kit. I don't know if they actually make it directly themselves. I don't believe they do because it says by Skeletonkey Systems Incorporated. The system's about 75 bucks, which is awfully expensive for a comb pick set. But it's a very nifty comb pick set because it allows you to pick things you normally wouldn't think about picking. Like if I look at the instruction manual, well, it lists several different types of locks, including ones I normally can't pick. Like it lists this master lock. Well, there's the old 140 style series. Those I can pick by with a normal comb pick, no problem. So this kit is way overkill for those. But apparently there's something like master lock for the freeze, fives, and so forth that it can actually open, which is nifty. Also, and here's the killer part, some of the American padlocks it can get. So I'm going to be illustrating that here in a bit. It's an interesting little system, and if you do a whole lot of lock sport, well, more specifically professional penetration testing physicals, it's probably worth it for 75 bucks. It's pretty nifty. Also comes with a DVD tutorial, which I have not watched yet. I basically watched Matt operate the device and read through this manual and got the general idea. So you get a lot in the box that you probably not going to carry with you. The main kit all fits inside of this. Now this thing's pretty nifty. We open this thing up, and you'll notice it's a few things. First thing you notice is a big handle. We're going to put that aside, and I'm not using my overhead on this just for simplicity, but it comes with a bunch of different tools. You'll see there's stuff for opening up locks that have an M1 keyway. So some of your master locks, and a lot of generic locks have that same keyway. I'm going to open up a Brinks hopefully in a second. And it has a few different types. Read through the instructions. It's a little confusing what shim you use. I'll show you what the shim is, what they call a shim, and when you have to use the lifting tool. It also comes with a really nice little, well, this can be, it comes with a little thing you put in your key ring. You just want to open up like 140s, and I'm trying to think of what the 5-pin version of the 140 is. I think 150 maybe? This is probably all you need to carry. You can put that in your keychain. It's not really anything special. I mean, anybody else's comb picks are just as good as that. It's the other stuff that makes this all fancy. So let's start off with, let's say we want to open up this Brinks. Well, it uses the M1 keyway like a lot of the master locks. There's a couple of pieces here. One, there's something they call the shim. It's going to go in the bottom of the lock eventually. What this does is help lift everything up to the proper height so you can open the lock. So I put that in, and if I put it in wrong, I can't slide this. So let me put it in the other way. And there's times you want to use one side or the other. Read the instructions for that. I had pretty good luck either way. And you can turn it around. And if I want to get this back out, I can just pull it on out. But I'm going to lock it into place by just throwing that to the side. Alright. Now hopefully, if I have this all correct, all these are labeled. So if you put them in the wrong spot in the case, you can still get to them. I don't know if that's coming through too well on the camera. Right here is 045. I think that's what it says. A little hard for me to read. Let me look back at what I have here. And no, Q45 is what that actually says. And I'm not sure what all locks that encompasses. Regardless, I don't think I actually have those locks. So we're going to proceed with some of the other ones. All right, let's see what we got. We got a Brinks lock. Some of these Brinks are actually a little tougher than master locks. I've also seen them that have easy bypasses if you know where to look. So what I'm going to do with this thing is I'm going to pull out one of the 4-pin master lock, and you see they have different sizes. They have one that says 2 and one that says 1, but just looking at them, they look practically the same. I need to watch the video, but I'm going to be using this and a few other tools to hopefully get this lock open. The first step is they have this thing. Now this is what I would call a shim. They call it a lifter, and it's for the M1 and the Americans, which that's what gets more interesting. Notice what side you have this little rough grip tape on. You'll want to orient things so that you have a little ramp here and your comb pick like this. And what this allows you to do, just by default, a lot of these locks, you can't just slide this directly in because the pins will go jam on it. This lifts the pins out of your way so you can actually get this tool in the keyway, which is the nifty thing. So you get that lined up there nicely. Everything lined up, edges to edges and so forth. And we're going to hopefully be able to slide this into this brinks at the top of the keyway, that lifter in place to push the key pins out of the way. And I got that, I think, all the way in there. Now I can hopefully remove this gently. And I might be able to turn this right now. Yes, I can turn it right now, but I'm going to show you how you're supposed to do it. With only 4 pins, that's fairly easy. One of the biggest problems with comb picks is people learning how to fill enough time underneath each pin. With this, it kind of simplifies it, especially if you read the instructions to know what side you're supposed to use in which cases. So you put that in there, turn it, and it's open. But this is a fairly crappy Brinks lock I bought at Walmart. So to get it back out, I'm probably going to have to use my shim again, or just at least move out the handle. So that's out. Now that's not that impressive. Now what might be impressive though, this is essentially an unmodified tag out lock from American Padlock. Close this bad boy back up. It is series, let's see, series 1100. It's been unmodified other than we etched it. It did fall apart once, but I tried to put everything back in just the way it came. Now here's something to note. I'm about to try to open this thing. I can open this, but some of my other ones I modified myself, I can no longer open. Even though I can pick those, and I can't pick this one using normal raking or individual pin picking, which is a little odd. I'm thinking though, because the other locks I have in my chain, my progressive angry locks chain. You see one really angry one. There we go. Because of these being modified with pins that I just happened to find around, and they weren't actually all American pins, I think I may have made it so where that the comb tool doesn't quite work right. But this is not the one we need for the American. This one is for master locks and well, some master locks, M1 keyway master locks. What we want is the A56 for American. Also, we're going to need to replace the shim on here. Luckily, it comes with 2 different shims. I don't know if they're going to do expansions, because I didn't think you could comb pick these things, but apparently you can. I've yet to successfully comb pick one of the master lock number 3s though, but maybe that depends on pinning. I'm not sure. If anybody wants to answer in the comments, go for it. I need to look through more of the instructions on this, probably before I do this video, but you know what? I'm improvising, so let's give this a shot. This is the one that's labeled just A for American, I guess. And I got to figure out how to slide that in there. I got it the wrong way because I can't slide the little locking mechanism. So let me put it back in, slide that. Oh, one thing, you do want to make sure you get the right one. The M11 will fit into the keyway of the American, but it won't lift things to the proper height. So make sure you put it in the American one. Next step, we also need the American comb part. This one I happen to know is 5 pins. You either have to count it using the back of a half diamond or just know. These ones I happen to know. All right, I'm going to make sure, yes, that's good and centered. Again, I'm going to have to use the same, they don't call it a shim, they call it a lifter. But I'm going to use the same lifter. But this time I have to flip things around a little bit because this side has the grip tape on it. All right, now I put that in the keyway, and this little lifter helps keep the pins from falling down in each one of these little indentions and in between the tines to where I can't actually push it in. So let's go ahead and proceed and see if we can get that to work. Put that in. And I think it has to go most of the way in, as I recall. Now I can hopefully pull this out. Sometimes that's tricky. That's where the grip tape comes in. Oh, by the way, these things have like sharp points. I'm not talking like razor sharp, but I'm talking sharp enough to where if you're like pressing in and you miss, you're going to definitely puncture yourself. So be careful, guys. All right. Now I have to put this little turning tool down the bottom. And what that does is it also lifts all the pins up to the right height. It pushes the tines up. And that said, that's the biggest problem with comb picking is feeling when you're in the right spot. But that's an American padlock, which I have never opened before by picking. Haven't raked it, haven't combed it. Apparently some guy at B-Sides Detroit got it, and I want to say whatever con via normal picking techniques. But with this little comb pick special tool, it works. I can't probably comb pick it by just hand, but with this tool and all the right measurements, the way it raises it to just the right level, it works well. Now, does it work 75 bucks well? For my taste, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of an enthusiast, and 75 bucks on a tool that gets me through a lot of locks I normally can't get through, awesome. So I gotta recommend the thing. It's pretty nifty. I need to go watch the DVD here eventually. So other than the Americans and the Masters, the that Q series lock, I am not familiar with exactly what it is. So I'm gonna look in here if it lists a particular brand name. Is that the who? Pro Pick Android Q4 and well no sorry that's not the right one. Q45 is what it lists it as, and I'm not sure if that is meant for the style that's like the 140. I need to do a little more research on that. Regardless, you see it got me into an American lock really quick, and apparently, and I don't know how much this depends on bidding. Like I said, I haven't gotten into one of my Master Lock number 3s yet, but I can rate those. But this thing looks like it should be able to get you into several different series of American padlocks. I'm not seeing a complete list here. Let me see. Well, to give you some idea. I think it's a nifty tool, and I'm glad to pick the thing up. But that's the basics of operation. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you actually get one, you probably actually want to watch the real instructions. It probably won't get you through all of those various locks, depending on pinning, I'm guessing. But on that American, I was pretty impressed. Anyway, thanks for your time.